To Florida now, where the accused gunman in the deadly airport shooting faced a judge today. Esteban Santiago is accused of shooting and killing 5 people. 6 others were injured in Friday's attack. The 26-year-old war veteran could face the death penalty. CBS News correspondent David Begnaud is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. David, what took place in court? What can you tell us?
Anne-Marie, Santiago shook as he sat before the federal magistrate in court today. He was handcuffed and shackled at the leg. He was wearing a red jumpsuit. He walked in, appeared to be calm, sat down in the chair, waited about 15 minutes for court to start. The judge came in and very methodically went word by word. She would say something and say, "Do you understand, sir?" I mean, that's how the whole proceeding went. He said yes to everything, saying he understood what the judge was saying. She basically wanted to know today, can you afford an attorney? And she went through a tick-tock of questions with him to determine his financial status. And that's where we learned some new information. According to Santiago, who was under oath in court, he said that he had been a security guard at a company known as Signal 88 in Anchorage, Alaska. He claims he worked at Signal 88 for the last 3 years, says he made about $2,100 there a month. The judge asked him if he owned any property in Alaska. He said he didn't. He said he didn't own any property anywhere, claimed he didn't even own a vehicle. And the only other bill he had other than a rent, which was about $510 a month, he said he had a cell phone bill. Based on that, the judge determined that he did qualify for a public defender provided to him free of charge by the government. And so that's when a public defender came in. They determined that in the next 5 days, he will come back to court. There was no discussion about his mental status. You may remember over the last several days since the shooting happened, the FBI revealed that back in November, Santiago went to an office in Anchorage, Alaska, the early part of November, and said that he was hearing voices and having terroristic thoughts, and he claimed that the CIA and the government was forcing him to watch ISIS videos. We know at that time the FBI turned him over to police in Anchorage, Alaska, who had him committed for a mental evaluation. Once that evaluation concluded, he was released from the hospital. Now, it's worth noting that when he went to that FBI office talking about these thoughts he was having in his head, he went there with his newborn baby, which he left in the car, as well as a handgun. He walked into the FBI office with a loaded magazine, a clip of ammunition, but left the gun in the vehicle. At the time he was hospitalized for that evaluation, police took the baby. They put the baby in state custody, if you will, and they took the gun and the ammunition. A month after that mental evaluation, the gun was given back to him. And law enforcement sources tell CBS News that gun is the same weapon that was used in the mass shooting at the airport here in Fort Lauderdale.
Well, David, all sorts of red flags there, but I'm sure that'll be all part of a much larger investigation. David Begnaud, thank you so much.
You bet.